This is the layout of the GUI after the coding was executed. So, how do we operate this GUI? First of all, we have three options of circuit that we can choose on which circuit that we want to analyze. For example, if we want to analyze circuit 1, simply push the circuit 1 push button and the GUI will generate the image of the circuit 1 automatically. Based on the image of circuit 1, we fill all the available parameter, and for this case, there are R1, R2, L1, and L2. Let's assume all of the value of the parameter were 1, and to generate the transfer function, simply push the transfer function push button and the GUI will generate the transfer function of the system. Same goes with the state space. To generate the state space of the system, simply push the state space push button. And for this GUI project, we can generate 5 different graph and diagram for the system, which are step response, root locus, bot plot, Nyquist diagram, and Nichols chart. We also can generate a step response with the addition of PID controller to the system. Assuming KP, KI, and KD value was 1, push button of the step PID push button was pushed to generate the step response with and without the control PID controller. The operation was the same for circuit 2 and circuit 3 as well. Let us try for circuit 2. So, for the circuit 2, we have R1, R2, R3, C1, C2, and L1 for the parameter of the circuit. This is the transfer function of the system and the state space of the system. This is the step response, the root locus, the bot plot, the Nyquist diagram, the Nichols chart, and lastly, the step response with PID controller. And for circuit 3, this is the image that we obtained for the circuit 3. So, for this circuit, we have R1, R2, L1, L2, and LT as the parameter. So, this is the transfer function and the state space. And this is the step response, the root locus, the bot plot, the Nyquist diagram, the Nichols chart, and lastly, the step response with the PID controller. We also add a help push button so that if the user don't know how to operate, it can push the button and read on how to operate the GUI.